Hey guys, so me being out of class today, I wanted to take a couple of minutes just so that you guys know exactly what it is that you need to do today, Thursday, so that you don't fall behind. So number one, on your research sheet, you want to make sure that all of these bullets are filled in for each of the four groups: the English, the Dutch, the French, and the Spanish. What I mean by filled in is, please don't just give me useless facts about the Native Americans, especially down here with the Spanish. What I've been noticing is that some kids are just filling in things about the Muskegee. They're not saying anything about the Spanish and how they treated them. Remember, the whole theme of this activity is, how did these different European groups interact with the natives? So your first thing you should do today is go back through what you've already been looking, or what you've been writing down, to make sure, are you writing the right details in? Is it showing how these groups actually interacted with each other? Once you've done that, if you feel as though that you've gotten all four done, then you're ready to move on to phase two, which is, how are you going to present this material back to me? So I'm giving you two options. What you can do, if you are somebody who likes to draw this out or who likes to be a little bit more creative, you can absolutely use a sheet of construction paper, which will be here on the front desk for you guys to use. And when you're ready, basically what kids have done in the past is that they have divided it up into four boxes. And one box would be the British and the Wampanoag that you would write down as a title. And then the next box might be the Dutch and the Mohawk natives. And so the French and so on, the Spanish as well. In those four boxes, what you need to have, and it'll be written right up here on the board. It's not today, but tomorrow, meaning today for Thursday, it'll be written up here. This is what I want for each one of your pieces of the presentation. I'm going to be asking for a picture that tells the same story that your research told. So each of these boxes should tell a theme or a story. That this is how the British interacted with the Wampanoag. This is how the Dutch interacted with the Mohawk. So don't give me a picture that shows the British shaking hands with the natives when everything you write down on here says that they were attacking each other. So your picture should back up. So maybe you should first kind of write the sentences in and then come up with a picture later. So picture number one, a title as well for each one. And then what I'm asking for is so about 3 to 4 sentences, actually, you know what, 4 to 5 sentences explaining how did each group interact with the natives. You may use this sheet, but I do not want you just to copy what your bullets and put them on here. That would be pointless. But what you should do through these bullets is write that out almost in a paragraph form, in a story, that this is how the British interacted with the Wampanoag. And then again, your picture should represent that as well. So all that information will be up here on the board for you guys to see. So if construction paper is the way that you want to go, you can absolutely grab this when you're ready and start this. It is not for homework. You're going to get class time tomorrow, Friday, to work on this as well. So I'm looking for quality, not looking for you to rush through this as fast as possible. There's no way you should have this all done in one day. That tells me that it's not very high quality. If you don't want to draw out the picture, you could also go home and print off pictures as well, if that's something you want to do. If construction paper is not what you want to do, if you're thinking that you would rather give me a Google Slides presentation, then what you can do is go on to Google Slides. And if you look up there on the screen, I'll walk you through it real quickly. You just simply go in to your grid right there, if you're not familiar how, or into your drive. You can start with your drive and go into Slides, or if you can find Google Slides as an icon right there, you click on it. And you guys have done Google Slides enough to know that you will start a presentation. And if you're going to do a if you're going to do a presentation, a slides presentation, and again, this will be on the board for you to see tomorrow, I'm asking for you to come up with number one, a title page. So it might simply say the European interactions with the natives. You can do that. And then after that, I'm asking for at least one slide for each of the four groups. And on that slide should be the same exact thing that's on the construction paper. If those kids are doing construction paper, for those of you doing the Google Slides, I'm asking for 4 to 5 sentences telling me the story of how each of the groups interacted with that Native American group. And also, I would like a picture to go there as well. So when all is said and done, you probably should have at least 5 slides, a title page, and the 4 slides here as well. Again, this is not for homework from Thursday till Friday. You're going to have some class time on Friday to work on this as well. If you're confused by all of this, I'm going to put the instructions, everything I just went over is going to be here on the board, so please don't tell the substitute teacher that you don't know what you need to do. Having said that, last week on Monday, earlier this week on Monday, we talked about substitute teachers being in the room. I'm asking you guys to do what you need to do to make sure you're getting your work done. Just because there's a sub in the room does not mean that you should be sitting there talking with a friend. It should be quiet, and you should be at this point on Thursday really putting the pedal down to get as much work done as possible. I do not want this to be a day that you just blow off, because this project is going to be due, and if you don't use class time to get it done, you're going to be behind the 8 ball. So I will be around tomorrow on Friday to help out if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, hopefully this does a good job of explaining all of the project to you. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow.